Fine spring weather in the Pacific Northwest provided another opportunity for a scenic flight to the Olympic Peninsula, northwest of Seattle. I had hoped to fly a practice PAR approach at Naval Air Station Whidbey Island, but the controllers were too busy, so I aimed instead for William Fairchild International at Port Angeles, Washington, where I flew the ILS RWY 08. This practice approach was another opportunity to exercise the Garmin avionics in my panel. The ILS includes a hold in lieu of procedure turn to reverse course if you're arriving from the east, which I flew using GPS guidance until the system automatically switched to green needles to track the localizer and glide slope. A couple of step-down altitudes show the value of the VNAV feature of the GFC 600 autopilot. Note also the 2 points that indicate the start of the final approach segment. The lightning bolt shows where you intercept the glide slope when flying the ILS. The Maltese cross, 3.3 nautical miles farther along final, marks the final approach fix for the localizer-only approach.
November 2 Delta Sierra, contact Seattle departure.
Calculator 2 Delta.
November 1546 Foxtrot, flight departure approved, runway 32 left, full length, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 32 left, flight departure, Peninsula 46 Foxtrot.
November 567, are you looking for flight following today?
Negative, I'm just going to go up to Port Townsend and leave the plane there, I guess. 567.
November 567, roger, free change group.
37.
Power set, fuel flow's good, airspeed's alive. Gauges are good, up we go. Positive rate. Taxi light off, gear coming up. Drop back to 25. Gauges are good. Okay, we can't do a PAR this morning at Whidbey. They're too busy, I guess, so we are going to do the ILS runway 8 approach at Port Angeles, which I have loaded up. We'll fly at VFR, so we'll be a little bit below the charted altitude, but it's absolutely clear out here today. Let's take care of a couple of things. We'll go ahead and load set our altitude at 2,500 for the VNAV.
Fairchild, this is Cessna 935 Papa Tango, over Edithhook, landing 8, Fairchild. Fairchild traffic, Oscar copy 6517, we're 2 miles north of the field, currently 200 feet along the shoreline, we'll remain below 200 feet for the next 30 minutes, Fairchild.
Busy down here, it looks like. A few airplanes flying around. We are about 33 and a half miles, just under 14 minutes to Yuxu, which is our course reversal point. We've got plenty of time to get set up for this. Taking care of the airplane, we just switched fuel tanks. We've got the weather at Port Angeles. Air altimeter is 29887. Light winds, clear skies.
Fairchild, this is Cessna 935 Papa Tango, landing 8, and we're on our 45.
Okay, we're proceeding direct to Yuxu, which we would normally cross in 4,000.
Fairchild traffic, Skyhawk 172 Bravo Echo, departing 08, Port Angeles.
So it looks like 8 will work. Traffic down there is landing using runway 8. So we're going to fly this approach using the automation, double checking all the magic switching and so forth. We're currently in GPS mode, tracking to Yuxu. The localizer is now dialed up. I'll make it active now, and we're getting a preview on that. It's showing the correct inbound course. So we're going to go out to Yuxu. We'll do a hold and blue procedure turn.
And Fairchild traffic goes for Company 6517, 2 miles north. We got the downwind traffic inside. We're going to stay down here at 200 and below.
Then it's inbound. The sequence of fixes matches after Yuxu and inbound. Then we then go down to 3,600 at the next fix, then on down to 35.
Fairchild, Cessna 935, Papa Tango, base 8. Fairchild.
Taking care of the airplane. We're all set up for the approach except for the final landing items, which the mixture, gear, and flaps, and everything else is set up. I'm maintaining at cruise power for now because we're still 10 minutes from our course reversal point at Yuxu.
The Navy Eagle 49 has you in sight. Maintain visual separation.
And again, we'll fly this approach in the standard Bonanza config, so about 17 inches of manifold pressure, 2,500 RPM, full approach flaps, and then gear down at the final approach fix, glide slope intercept, 110 knots down final. VFR, so we're not planning a missed approach today.
Navy Eagle 49, contact Seattle Center 134.905.
3495, Navy Eagle 49.
Go out to water, correction, go back out to jig ebb and hold, so that's out to the northeast. But we'll just do a full stop and then depart. We're getting a preview on the localizer in light gray on the HSI. Beautiful day, the Olympics look nice. And off to the right, we can see Victoria, British Columbia, southeast end of Vancouver Island. Straight on to Fuca, straight ahead. Feels pretty calm down there today. I'm only showing now about 7 knots of wind out of the northeast at this altitude. A little smoother and calmer up here. We're now about 5.5 minutes from Yuxu, 14 miles. We'll reduce power once we're inbound in that course reversal. Okay, we're leveling now at 4,700. That's captured. I'll go ahead and reset my altitude to 25, which is the final approach fix altitude.
Phoenix 11 will be approached. Will be altimeter 985. Bravo's current runway 25. Maintain VFR to the 6 mile initial. Runway 25.
If we get back inbound, it should work. We have the CTAF set up in standby. And I've got the AWAS and CTAF set up there. NAV2, I've got the ILS 108.9 set in.
Centurion 117 Hotel Lima would be approached. The altimeter is 2985, squawk 0453.
Down below I have Team VOR and PINCO VOR set up. We're squawking 1200. Okay, we're 8 miles, just over 3 minutes from Yuxu. check of the engine. It looks good. Temps and pressures are good. Just indicating a teardrop entry. Inbound track will be 089. Oh. Okay, so we're now in VNAV and approach mode are both armed and enunciating. We're expecting a descent once we get back inbound and cross Yuxu.
Skyhawk 9 VFR radar, contact Port Townsend, 4 miles northwest, 1,400, maintain VFR at or above 3,500.
We're on the outbound turn here.
Whidbey approach, Skyhawk 22230 over Squam, level 3,500, destination Bellingham, request flight following.
Skyhawk 22230 would be approach, will be altimeter 1085, squawk 0455.
Squawk 0455, 2985, Skyhawk 22230.
Okay, we're turning back inbound. Take another look for traffic. No one in the vicinity.
Skyhawk.
We'll get rid of that noise. Pretty far away. Now crossed our inbound. I'm going to go ahead and reduce power a little bit, get us set up for the descent. Slow down a little bit here. Got a long ways to go, so I'm going to flaps up.
Truck departing runway 08, straight out departure. Fairchild traffic.
Vertical track is enunciated. Start down here pretty quickly. As we approach that, I'm going to go ahead and extend my approach flap so that I don't have to worry about my speed.
202 Mike Kilo texting Alpha to hold short runway 8, Fairchild. If I can get a radio check for 202 Mike Kilo, please.
Clear, Keith.
Here comes the VPATH, speed checks. We'll go ahead and extend approach flaps.
Traffic, 1 o'clock, 2 miles, 1,100 feet below.
Traffic opposite direction, 1,000 feet below us. Fairchild traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot's about 16 miles west, straight in runway 8. Fairchild. All right, so having the flaps out, power set is keeping our airspeed under control. Our descent rate is good. Nice and comfortable. We're not worried about approach lights and so forth today. It's CAVU, but we would have pilot control lighting, which we would activate on the CTAF as we got close to the final approach fix, if it were low weather or night. We're getting a preview now of the ILS glide slope.
Fairchild traffic, Cessna 935 Papa Tango, departing 8, staying in the pattern. Fairchild.
Fairchild Airport, Skyline 296 for Yankee is shoreline about 6 miles out. We'll be coming downwind for runway 8, so we'll watch for us.
Fairchild traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot's about 2 miles west, straight in, runway 8. Fairchild. And we're supposed to be crossing Pawtucket 3,600, and we're just about there, right on schedule. Localizer, no, we've now switched. Localizer is now active. Glide slope is armed. The automatic switching is working. We are now 1.5 miles from the final approach fix, so we're watching for that. Power is set. Go ahead and go mixture rich. And ready for gear down. Glide slope's coming down.
Fairchild traffic, Skyhawk 303, 5 miles to the west, entering the 45 for runway 8, Fairchild traffic.
Glide slope is now active. Gear coming down, speed checks. 3 green lights are on.
Fairchild traffic, Cessna 935 Papa Tango, crosswind 8, Fairchild.
Fairchild traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot's now 9 miles west, straight in runway 8 on the ILS. Fairchild.
Fairchild traffic, 64 Yankees downwind, 408.
Fairchild traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot. We'll break off the approach if necessary for other traffic. Fairchild.
Fairchild traffic 202 Mike Kilo, taking off runway 8. We'll be departing to the southwest, have downwind and cross on traffic in sight, Fairchild.
Okay, all the lights are on. 3 green approach flaps. Mixtures rich prop is set at 25.
Fairchild traffic, Cessna 935 Papa Tango, downwind 8, number 2, Fairchild.
Fairchild traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, 7.5 mile final, runway 8. Fairchild. A few bumps down here now. Config looks good. We're bouncing around, but doing about 110 knots. Through 2,500 now. Missed approach altitude would be 5,400.
Fairchild traffic, 64 Yankee is base 408, Fairchild.
Fairchild traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, 6 mile final, runway 8, Fairchild.
Fairchild traffic, Cessna 935 Papa Tango, base 8, Fairchild.
Fairchild traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot's just inside a 5 mile final, runway 8, Fairchild. Okay, 3 green, approach flaps, mixtures rich, props at 25. One on the runway, and we're looking for base traffic.
Fairchild traffic, Cessna 935 Papa Tango, final 8, Fairchild.
Fairchild traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, it's just about a 3-mile final now, runway 8, full stop, Fairchild. Autopilot's doing a good job tracking things.
Two-mile final runway 08.
6 rank is clear at Echo on 08.
Fairchild traffic, Cessna 935 Papa Tango's going around, Fairchild.
Fairchild traffic, scanning 633, holding short 08 for Bonanza on final, I do believe, Fairchild.
Fairchild traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, 2-mile final, runway 8, full stop, Fairchild. Thank you. About 500 to go.
$500.
Okay, autopilot's coming off, yaw damper's coming off, flight director's staying on for practice. Get up immediately. About 200 to go. Approaching minimums. Flight director is off. Start reducing power. Go to full flaps.
Fairchild traffic, Skyhawk 303, entering the 45 for runway 8, Fairchild traffic.
Drops forward.
Fairchild traffic, Cessna 935 Papa Tango, crosswind 8, Fairchild.
Fairchild traffic, Skyhawk 303. We'll be, we'll exit the 45 and we'll re-enter downwind as number 2, Fairchild.
Fairchild traffic, Cessna 935 Papa Tango, downwind 8, Fairchild.
And Fairchild traffic, scanning 63, departing 08 via west departure, Fairchild.
Fairchild traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, clear runway 8 on Foxtrot, text back to runway 8, Fairchild. Okay, flaps, mixture, cow flaps.